And I can put them up on the YouTube. I sound like an old lady. I can put them up on YouTube. Hey guys, so this week I thought I would discuss training with you in more detail, what I'm currently doing just now and why, and maybe some top tips that you can take away to add into your training, and some things for you to consider to make sure that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck while you're in the gym, and making sure that we're working all our body rather than just maybe focusing on the areas that we're not happy with, because everywhere needs worked. If you overwork one area, it can cause some postural problems. So that's the aim for today. For my training just now, I'm really focusing on full body, which means it's a full body workout, working your arms, your legs, your core, everything in one, which is your biggest bang for your buck because you're burning loads of energy. These sessions are like 40 minutes long, high intensity, and each session I'm still pushing as hard as I can, and I'm always focused on the numbers in the gym, which is a fantastic place to start and what I recommend everybody does. Make sure that you're always trying to beat you each time that you go to the gym. So it is like a positive relationship towards the gym. You see that as somewhere you go to get stronger, somewhere you go to improve yourself, and then you come out of the gym feeling like de-stressed, stronger and badass. So I think that's the best way to work with your programs. But just now I currently feel I'm at a level where I've done all that. I've got to a stage where I'm happy and I like how I look. So right now I'm on a kind of maintenance level. I now work from home more, and I'm not doing all these crazy fitness classes and teaching fitness classes. So my activity levels have gone down, which means my food has to come down, because there's no need for me to have loads and loads of food when I'm sitting on my ass on the computer all day. So there's a few things I'm still trying to focus on, which is my steps, and I have home workouts that I do for the female fitness program, so 2 of them a week. I've started my swimming lessons, and then I aim to get 3 gym sessions done, but to be honest, if I can't get them done, it's not the end of the world, but I do make sure I'm getting 2 done and just enjoy it a wee bit more and not stress myself out to be there. Whereas some people like to do a kind of upper lower body split, but I don't have the time to do that. I can't go to the gym 6 times a week. To be honest, I don't want to be in the gym 6 times a week. If you've got the time to do that, that's fantastic. By all means, go for it, and if you enjoy that style of training, do it. But for me, I just get a little bit bored doing upper body and bicep curls and stuff like that. It's just not for me. So what you kind of want to focus with your training is that you can manage it in your week, and we are getting our biggest bang for the buck whilst we are there. We're working hard and we're working all areas of the body. So I normally kind of aim for one big compound exercise to do at the start, like a deadlift, a squat, a pull-up, something that's recruiting absolutely everything. And I go for a really, really heavy weight to really push myself. You shouldn't be coming out the gym like, oh, that was easy. You should be coming out like, I worked my bum off, and you're tired towards the end. If you get to the last exercise of this workout that I show you later and you're not goose, then you've not been working hard enough and you've not had the weight hard enough, or you've spent far too much time on this boy between sets. You need to keep that intensity up, and you need to get the weights up and not be scared of that. You want to work as hard as you can. You're only in there for 40 minutes. Risk it, put the weight up and push yourself to work that a little bit harder. So normally we start with compound for me, and then I move on to kind of doing some more leg exercises. So I'd maybe put 2 exercises together, which is called a superset, and it kind of saves you time in the gym because you're doing 2 exercises, one after the other. So it's like a little circuit. And then it's also recruiting a lot more muscles. So normally what I focus on is maybe doing a push and a pull together. So a push, if you're pushing away from your body, pushing with your legs, you're working the front of your body. If you're doing anything that's pulling, you're working your back. So that's why I try and focus all my girls to really look into with their programs, because if you're always doing pushing, so if you're trying to work these guys here, a lot of people would do like push downs, tricep dips, things like that to really get this area working, but then we're not doing anything for here. So then you kind of start to get postural problems. If you think of, not being stereotypical, but if you see a guy in the gym, they're all kind of big, muscly, coming in like this. They've done a lot of trap work, so they're all hunched up here. They've done a lot of chest work, so they're all curved over, and they've not done much back, so they've not got that nice tall high posture. So you want to make sure you're getting a mixture of push and pull in your programs. And then I move on to maybe a little bit of upper body, and I'll do the same again. I'll just have a push and a pull, and then I'll finish with a little bit of a pump on the lower arms or a bit of core. And that's just kind of how my system's going just now, and that works really well for me. It's about 40 to 50 minutes, quick, fast. Every single little area is getting worked, and even though I'm not doing just core exercises, my core is getting worked in the squats, lunges, any upper body exercises. It's always working, so you don't have to focus on this area because you will tire it out. So I'll show you that in the workout. Okay, so workouts I always start with a bit of mobility. So here I'm just doing some Spider-Mans just to really get my bum activated, my core, my hamstrings, everywhere. So I do about 8 each side. Next I go for a fire hydrant, just really opening the hips. This is really important, especially if you've been at an office all day. So this is just warming up your glutes and inside of your hips. So I would do probably about 10 each side. And then I'll go for a little kind of glute bridge. Again, keeping that bum warm and getting it activated. And then I'll just stretch out the lower back a little bit. So just about 10 of each, playing around, just getting your body moving and getting it ready for what you're about to do. So I'll quickly go over how to set up your squat platform. So you've got your rhino horns, which you just adjust to your height. So you just want to make sure that they're just below your shoulder. And just take your time with them, play around with them, like don't be scared. You're just adjusting it to your height. So you make sure they're both level. Pop the bar up, which is normally 20 kg, pop it onto the horns. Get in at the bar and just double check that they're the same height, so that when you squat down, you can just walk the bar straight in and you don't need to tiptoe to get it in, especially if you've got weight on your back. That's like the worst thing that could happen. Alright, next up you just want to set up your safety bars. So many people don't even notice these guys are here. And watch me, you'll find me struggle to get it back in as well. Just take your time and play around with it. Honestly, no one's going to be watching you, don't panic. So you want to set these up so that when you squat down, it's going to catch the bar for you so that you're not going to fall under. Oh, and I'm like Joe peeking in and being an idiot. So if you just practice, make sure that they're at the right height, get the bar in your back, squat down, and what you'll see is if I can't get back up, the bars are there to catch it. So then all I would need to do is roll it off and take the weight off and start again. So you're nice and safe if you've got them set up. Okay, for getting the bar set up on your back, you're looking to put your pinky on the outside line, get the bar in a nice soft fleshy part of your back, take 2 steps back onto a line so that you know your toes are on the same line. Slightly turn your toes out and your feet's just outside your hips. So when you squat down, you're keeping your knees out and you're not letting them come in together. Just do a warm up of 10 with the bar, get your body again ready for what you're about to do. If the bar feels good, then let's add some weight. Okay, so for today's session I was going pretty heavy and we were working for around 10 to 12 reps, so I'm going for a bit of volume. And what you can see is sometimes it gets hard and I'm struggling to get it back up. There's no rush, so on the way down I'm controlling the weight and I'm not letting it push me down and I'm not falling down. When I get tired, which you'll see in a second, I just have a little 5-second rest at the top, get my breath back and then get ready to go again, rather than rushing it and flinging myself back down to the floor, because that's where injuries happen. So I just wait at the top and I think, okay, can I do one more? If I can, and then I go for it. Next up, we're going to move on to our first superset. So we're going to stay with the barbell and we're going to do what's called a good morning, which really works the back of the legs. So this is a pull exercise. Remember we were talking about that earlier. So when you go down, you're nice and slow, hips moving to the back of the room until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and then you pull back up through the hamstrings and your bum. So it really works the back, full of the back of the body. And it's also working a bit of your core as well, because you're really trying to hold that barbell up. With this, just make sure your head's looking down at your feet, so you're not getting a crook in your neck. When you feel ready, let's add some weight. So we're going to aim for about 3 sets of 12 of these, and we're going to superset them with our barbell split squat. So I'll show you that in a second. So we're supersetting this with a barbell split squat. So you can always try dumbbell if barbell is just a little bit too hard,
What you might notice is that one leg might feel a little bit weaker than the other, and that's why it's good to do kind of unilateral work, so working each side by itself, because then you notice the weaknesses. We've got the legs nice and wide, and your back foot's kind of skewed to the side a little bit, and we're just going down and pushing back up through the legs. So you can see this side's my weaker side because I'm a little bit slower on it. Okay, next up we've got upper body. So this is a prone row, so this is really helping us work the back, so it's a pull exercise. So you've got the shoulders rolled back, so they're not pointing over at the front, so shoulders back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're pulling up and back down nice and slow. So on that downwards action, you're working the back of the arms. We're going to superset this with shoulder press. Shoulder press, we have got, you can readjust the seat to your height. So you've got your handles just at your shoulders. Get your feet nice and flat into the floor, push your back against the bench and tuck in your lats and your shoulder blades. Push up to the sky and back down nice and slow. And again, I'm just doing a little warm up here, and then you can add some weight. So you want this to get hard, so watch my face in a second, you'll see this is really tough. So these workouts shouldn't be easy, we shouldn't be walking away like we've not done anything, but it should start to get really, really hard, and you should feel the burn in the muscle. And then to finish off, I thought I would just get a little pump on the arms. So what I'm doing is a skull crusher, which works the back of your arms. So you bring the dumbbells to the back of your head and squeezing up and squeeze the back muscle in your arm. So the little kind of bingoing area. So we're going down slow on the way down and just hold and squeeze at the top. With that, we're going to do a seated lateral raise. So you want to pin the shoulder blades back and keep them tight so it's not all inside the traps. You don't need to go really, really high with this, just to where you feel it in your shoulder. You're not feeling it in your neck. And at the bottom, just pause just outside the hips and straight back up again. This one's really burny.
That's what I'm doing just now, and that's what's fitting inside my lifestyle, but it could change. I really am interested in CrossFit. I find that really fun, but I still like the training that I do, so I've not been fully converted yet, but I can imagine things might change in another year. And cardio wise, just now I do my home workouts for the female fitness program, so that's one kind of 15-minute exercise and then another one with a kettlebell, but it's not a heavy one, so I still kind of count that as cardio style training for me. And then I try and get 10,000 steps a day. So my average for the week is about 10,000 if I can. And then I've got my swimming as well, so I do swimming lessons. So swimming is really unnatural for me, so it totally tires me out. So that's enough activity for me, cardio wise. I feel I already do enough to stress my body out more. It wouldn't be worth it. But if I did want to get a little bit leaner and maybe up my weight program and try and get an extra day in, rather than trying to do cardio and running and stuff, because I don't really enjoy that as much. I find it quite boring, and I'd much rather do a kind of circuit or a weights-based kind of program. So sometimes it's less rather than more. If you're totally stressed out at work all day and then you're going to the gym and you're stressing your body out there, and then you're coming home and you're not sleeping, your body is so highly stressed, it's not going to want to lose body fat. So make sure you're getting your rest days in there. Make sure you're relaxing and letting your body de-stress, especially if work is high intensity and really full on. But yeah, I'm in a really good place just now where I don't need to worry too much about how I'm looking. I would happily go on holiday tomorrow, but that's been me training heavy weights and focusing on my training every single week, making sure I was always getting the weights higher, always trying to build muscle for a good 5 years now, I think. So I'm at a good stage now where I've kind of took it back a little bit and just doing it for enjoyment and for maintaining the muscle that I've got, and I'm not really fussed about getting a bigger bum or bigger shoulders or anything like that. I'm just more focused on helping other people and building my business and the female fitness program and making that the best I possibly can, rather than focusing on how I look. I feel like there's more to offer to the world. So I hope this video has helped with the training. If you've got any questions on anything, pop it below. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe, because we do videos like this every week, and I've also got my 2 hip workouts that I mentioned earlier that come up on YouTube as well. But if you ever want to see what I am doing and see more workouts like this, let me know and I can put them up on the YouTube. I sound like an old lady. I can put them up on YouTube. or if I don't put them on there, they are on my Instagram stories. I do pop them up now and again and show you guys some exercises that I'm enjoying and maybe what you should focus on with those exercises and that you should give them a go and what they work. So that's that. But yeah, done, dusted, I need to go.